my Blu-ray collection, part 24. Ahoy everybody, and welcome to part 24 of a look at my Blu-ray collection. So this is films, TV, comedy, music, occasional documentary even, any single film or single series releases, so no box sets of multiple films or multiple series of a TV show. Right, anyway, we're now on to the third shelf, which should be about between 6 and 8 videos, depending on how much I talk. Has literally just been cut, so it's a bit, but it will sort itself out, no doubt. Enough waffle, let's get cracking. So this shelf, a lot of these I've watched recently. This is the shelf I was adding to as I watched. So first up we have Whitney, which is the documentary, The Untold Story for the First Time, directed by Kevin MacDonald. Really fascinating documentary about her life and her death. The loss of a great talent, well worth a watch. We have Rise of Skywalker, the final Star Wars Skywalker saga film, whatever you want to call it. This is the Resistance slip, and then you could also buy it with a First Order slip, which had Kylo Ren, sort of the other half of the jewel. I know this has been slated. I don't really get why. You know, people saying it's not true to the mythology and bloody blah, but they're making it up. It's not true. So if that's what they want to do with the mythology, then so be it. Yeah, I enjoyed it personally. This is an excellent film. This is A Man with the Iron Heart. So this is a true story of Reinhard Heydrich, played by Jason Clarke, who joined the Nazi Party and was in charge basically of hunting down. He was head of the SS and the architect of the final solution. But then he was assassinated. So the first half of the film, it starts with him being shot. Then it sort of flashes back, and the first half of the film is his rise to power and how he got to that point. Then the second half of the film is the people who killed him and their story, and then the aftermath. But yeah, really good, great cast. So yeah, Jason Clarke is Heydrich. His wife's played by Rosamund Pike. Then the Resistance fighters, Jack O'Connell's in them. Mia Wasikowska, which is the main reason I wanted it in the first place. But yeah, I highly recommend this film. It was on BBC Two not long ago, so I'm sure it'll crop up again. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom 3D version, although long-time viewers know I can no longer watch 3D. Again, another film that was slated, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, I had no real gripes with it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Certainly better than Jurassic Park 3 in my opinion. Not 3, 2, which was a bad one. 2. Incredibles 2. Excellent film. Not quite as good as the first probably, but still really good. 8 Days a Week, The Touring Years of the Beatles, documentary by Ron Howard. Yeah, really good documentary about the Beatles, very well made. This is the 2-disc special edition. It's in a big slip case and in a fold out packaging with quite a big book in it. And loads of special features and some live performances and what have you on the second disc. Yeah, very good. This is Plunkett and McLean. So I think I showed this on... I might have shown this on DVD, because this is a fairly recent purchase, certainly purchased after I started showing off my DVDs. I've got a feeling I did show the DVD of it. But yeah, I enjoyed it, having only watched it when I first got the DVD, and it was one of the earliest DVDs I bought, and that's a lot of time saying DVD in close proximity to each other. But watching it again, as I say, for the first time in ages, really enjoyed it again. So Johnny Lee Miller is a nobleman who's fallen on hard times because of his gambling problems, and he's in debtor's prison. And he forms alliance with Robert Carlyle, who is a highwayman, and together he becomes the gentleman highwayman, I think they call him. And it's, you know, a story of their escapades. But yeah, really good. Liv Tyler in it as well. Lots of Alan Cumming, Ken Stott, Michael Gambon. Appearances from Armstrong and Miller and Lucas and Williams. Very good film. It's directed by Jake Scott, son of Ridley. This is Monkey Bone. I got this because Bridget Fonda's in it, and I love Bridget Fonda. It's okay. I didn't go much on it. I think the idea of the film is excellent, but I think the execution lacked a bit. So Brendan Fraser is a cartoonist who creates Monkey Bone, a character, and on the day that it gets turned into a big TV show with loads of merchandise and everything, and he's about to propose to Bridget, they're in a car crash, and he goes into a coma and into this weird cartoon world that he has to try and escape from, basically. It's okay, but I was a bit... I sort of, I found myself picking up my phone and playing it a bit while I was watching it. This is 50 Shades Freed, the third of the 50 Shades films. I've already shown the first one. The second one is in this lot somewhere, I think. Possibly. Yeah, I think it is. But yeah, this is the third and final one. I enjoy them. They're terrible films, but there's something about them I quite like, and a big part of that something is Dakota Johnson with her Get Off. But yeah, having got the first one, I thought, I might as well get the other two, and yeah, I quite enjoyed following the story. This is Ghost Stories, a film based on a stage play by Jeremy Dyson and Andy Nyman. I have seen the stage play. I went to see it in the West End. It was excellent, although it had this reputation for making people really scared, and it didn't. When I went in, I went up to the guy to buy my programme, and I presume it's something they're sort of encouraged to do, but as I was paying him, he tried to make me jump. He went boo all of a sudden, and I just didn't react at all. I don't know why. I wasn't expecting it or anything, but it just didn't work. And he said, oh, okay, and that sort of set the tone for the rest of the night. Really good, really enjoyable, very clever, but at no point did it actually scare me, although there were people in the auditorium screaming and what have you. The film, very good, enjoyed it a lot. It's not exactly the same as the stage play, but it works. Great cast. Very good. This is Kingsman with Golden Circle, the second Kingsman film. Loved the first one. This one was very, very good as well. Very enjoyable, very silly. Heightened violence and all that sort of stuff. Elton John's cameo. I enjoyed it a lot. Ready Player One. Absolutely loved this. Really enjoyed it. I sort of went into it not knowing much. I haven't read a book or anything, and I sort of read articles about it when it was released, but was still fairly ignorant of it. But really, really enjoyed it. Thought it was very well done, very well acted, very well directed by Spielberg. Just a great film that I really enjoyed. A few here I haven't watched for a while, but this is Fantastic Four, or Fant4stic, whatever you want to call it. Again, another film that was really slated. It's not a great film, but it's not terrible. It has its moments, and the cast are alright. I mean, it's pretty forgettable, but it just, it wasn't you know, some people have made it out to be one of the worst films ever made. I wouldn't go that far. This is Inland Empire, David Lynch's film. So I like David Lynch a lot, and I've enjoyed most of his films. I remember very little about this one. It stars Laura Dern, who I adore. Who plays an actress who her life is starting to mimic the film she's making. But as I say, I really don't remember. I remember it was fine. I enjoyed it. I don't think it was, it's not up there with Wild at Heart and Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me and I don't think which other ones of his I really Blue Velvet and that sort of period round there. I really love David Lynch's work. It was okay, but it didn't wow me. This is The Watch, which I primarily got for the presence of Richard Ayoade. So it's a bunch of sort of middle-aged-ish men who decide to team up in a sort of neighbourhood watch, but then they discover there's an alien plot to destroy the Earth, and they're the ones who have to save the world. It's fun. It's not by and large, it's not the sort of people. I'm not a big fan of the Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn type comedy films. I like some of their films, but I'm not a big fan of them. As I say, I mainly got this because of Richard, and I enjoyed it. It's not a fantastic film, but it's perfectly enjoyable. This is an excellent film, The Riot Club. So it's loosely based, although I think they denied it, on the Bullington Club, but David Cameron and Boris Johnson and various other politicians and others were members of Oxford. So it's an elite group of students at Oxford form this club, and the whole idea of it is that they rent out a room in a restaurant one day in the term or in the year and completely wreck the joint. Basically is sort of what they do. That's the club ethos. But one of the guys who joins isn't really up for it, and he's sort of made to join the club, but he's involved in a relationship with Holiday Granger, and he just wants to be with her, a nice quiet life, and she gets roped into it, and it all goes terribly wrong. Apologies if this has swapped hand, I've just had to go and do something. Jessica Brown Finley's in it as well, who I adore. Yeah, really good film. I'll make this the last one. I'm not sure how long this video is now, where I had to stop it. This is the complete 5th season of Game of Thrones. I think I've shown the first 4. I can certainly see I've shown 3 of them. So 5th season is... I can't remember. I lose track. What happened in which series. But yeah, as I've mentioned time and time again, fantastic series, Game of Thrones. Absolutely love it. Okay, so that will do for this part. Thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks. Bye.